as per the plan, we have agreed to learn the first skill, which is nothing but SQL. So why we are going to learn with SQL? This is only one language which is used to communicate to a database, right? So this is only one language which is used to communicate to the database. Now, here, with this language, you can talk to the database, you can ask whatever you want. And if you know the language, it's easy to communicate, correct? Now, with this language, we are actually also seeing why it is important. There are a lot of other technologies, but why SQL is important? For that, in the yesterday's session, I've given you two examples. One we call it as OLAP and one we call it as OLTP. So this is what we have seen in the yesterday's session. So when I say there is a OLAP and OLTP, it's all about the type of the transaction that is involved. Like if you are having the transactions to be affected immediately, next second the changes has to be applied. We go with the online transactional processing. The best example I can give you is ATM transaction. Followed by, if you want to have any movie, you want to watch any movie and they recommend after a certain amount, maybe they recommend you products, they recommend you movies, they are actually analyzing your activities. Now, based on your activities, they're actually giving you the analysis. In that case, we call it as online analytical processing, right? So this is what we have seen. We have seen a couple of examples. I also give you open challenge. If you want to do it, just check it with Amazon, take a snapshots and start comparing the price after 3-4 days, you will see the changes, right? And that's how the system works. We have seen this example. Now, let's get into the difference. Let's get into the difference. Okay, the OLAP and OLTP difference. To remember it, I'll name it as, here I'll say it as example ATM transaction, and here I'll give a Netflix. Okay, Netflix. Now, let's see what is this difference here. In terms of like a OLTP, the immediate transactions, it handles a large number of small transactions. You go withdraw your 100 rupees and you come, there is a record. You go withdraw 500, there is a record. Like how many times, even if you're going for 25, 26 times transactions in a single day, still it will get recorded, right? So nothing but handles a large amount of small transactions, and it has a very simple queries. The response time has to be in millisecond. That's what I said, right? Whenever you are whenever the machine is getting it's counting, by the time itself the response would have happened. So the response time is very soon, and it stores the transactional data, and mostly it is used for running your daily business operations, like daily business. Doesn't matter whether it's a holiday, doesn't matter whether it's a Saturday, doesn't matter if it's a Sunday, 24/7, 365 days, this system will work, making you to get the real-time experience here, correct? Now, let's talk about the OLAP. Basically, they're going to analyze your activities. So it's definitely going to be the complex. For the last 3 days, what movies you watched, how many times you watched, did you watch fully, how much of time you spent on this app, every single information will be tracked. Okay, and it all depends on from minutes to hours. It can analyze as less as in minutes. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be even 50 minutes, or it can even go to hours, right? And the data will be aggregated as well. Like it will tell how many times he has logged in, how many times he has watched the movie, how many times he has come here. All this will be aggregated. And this OLAP system is basically for decision making and problem solving, providing the recommendation. The purpose is to improve the business. But here it is for general here normal business activities, but here whole app system, it is for analysis purpose, right? Now with all this, we observe that for the data engineers, right, we know that SQL and Python are the two top will be used, and we also know that 45% of the data are coming from OLTP. Okay, The 45% of the data is coming from OLTP. And even though the data is moving towards a big data, like we keep on having the data is keep on increasing, but we know that your SQL is never going to be replaced. Okay, we are 50 years down the line. Okay, SQL was started in 1970 and still we are using it. And let me tell you very openly, even after next 40 years, your SQL will still be there. SQL is like an evergreen, which will always have value because there is no other technology that is matching the speed of SQL transactions. It will be there. Okay, it will be there. With all this, now we are going to learn one database. Okay, so we are going to learn language. But this language, I need to go and write that logic or write that language code in one of the tool. Which is a tool that we are going to learn. Okay. Now, I'll give a simple example. Okay. Let's think about this simple example. Then you people only will answer me the next question. Okay. Imagine for a minute, this is not data engineering class. This is not SQL class. For a minute, imagine that this is a computer class, computer science class. That means in your childhood days, you would have been to a computer class where they'll be teaching what is CPU, what is mouse, what is keyboard, what is Microsoft Word, what is Paint. They would have taught all this in your childhood days. When you've been to school, right? You would have had a computer class. Now, imagine this is a computer class. You joined this computer class to know about the computers. You don't know anything about computers. So I'm here to teach about computers. Keep your data engineering aside for a minute. Now, you people have joined here, okay? I'll be teaching how to use, today's topic is how to use pen drive. Today's topic is how to use pen drive. This is a topic that we're going to discuss as part of the computer science class. And guys, please listen. You have a USB port in your system. You have a like pen drive with you. Please insert this pen drive into the port. If you insert into 3.0 port, it will be a bit faster. And the moment you insert the pen drive, there will be a small pop-up message that will come here. A new device is inserted. Then you go to the computers. There you will see the pen drive that has got inserted. You open the pen drive, and there you will have all the files, folders, documents, pictures, everything. If you want to move it, you press this. If you want to copy it, you press this. Please use the shortcuts Control C, Control V, Control X. All this you please use it. And most importantly, if you want to stop using the pen drive, you have to go and click eject, and then you have to pull it. This is how you need to use pen drive. Okay, so the computer class is done. I was able to explain you how to use pen drive, correct? But in my class, I explained you with an example of Sony pen drive. I explained you with the help of Sony pen drive. Then you have learned, you went to a company, you joined as a fresher, you are working. In that company, they are using Samsung pen drive. Now, how many of you will come back to KSR and say that, why you have not taught Samsung pen drive? I don't know what you do now. You have to teach again how to use Samsung pen drive. Anyone will come back?
No one.
Why? I have taught you out of syllabus. I have taught you Sony. In your project, they're using Samsung. You should come and ask, right? You have paid 30,000 fees. You should come and ask, right?
Procedure process will be same with irrespective of the company. Only the speed and the manufacturing specifications are different.
Yeah, there is a difference in brand only, but pen drive is pen drive.
So no one will come back, huh? Not even a single person?
Yeah, sure. No one will come back.
Okay. No one will come back. Well, now what we are going to do is we are also going to learn SQL. But in SQL, we have different companies who have their own database. Okay. There is a database called SQL Server. There is a database called Postgres. There is a database called IBM, DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and we are going to choose one database for learning. In that particular database, we will go and implement this SQL logics. And that database, which we're going to look is among this looks so good. It looks like a dolphin. We are going to learn this. Just because the icon is good, I'm going to learn this. Well, these are all the database in the market where we will choose one database and we will start learning here. Here, please don't focus on the database here. Please focus on the language. What is that language we are covering? We are covering SQL. SQL is a language. If you know SQL, you can go and talk to this, 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 you can go and talk to this. Anywhere you go, you will be able to talk to any database because what is important is about the language, not about the tool. Today, I may be teaching Sony pen drive. Tomorrow, there could be a Samsung pen drive. Tomorrow, there could be a SanDisk pen drive. Well, if you know how to use it, you will never come back. Similarly, here you know SQL. Tomorrow, who knows? You may get into IBM. You may get into IBM. The company you may get into IBM. But if you see, IBM, they have their own database. They have their own database. They will not use any other database. So what you're going to learn here may not be using that, but SQL is what you will be using here. Right? So irrespective of wherever you join, you go to join Oracle. Oracle will never use any other database. They have their own database. They will use it. But the good thing is you already know SQL. So you'll be learning. You will be doing all of the coding in the Oracle also. So one thing you need to understand is 95 to 96% of all the syntax is same for all of the database. Okay, 95 to 96%. Now, why I'm saying 96 to 96% is, for example, imagine SQL to be English. So can I survive with the same English all over the world? I can still do it. But still, when I go to US, UK, Canada, I'll actually increase my words, number of words I use, the frequency of words I use. I'll improve my vocabulary. I'll improve my grammar, sentence. I'll speak in a bit posh manner, right? All this I will do. But if I go to Sri Lanka, Pakistan, I'll speak very basic English. Now, depending on the location I go, I adjust my language, but English is not getting changed. Similarly, irrespective of whichever database you go, small changes will be there. What I'm telling you. But don't think about that 4%, 5%. Think about that 95%, 96%. Small things will be there. Okay. But with respect to that database, you will be able to write any code because 95% of the times your SQL syntax remains same. Okay, small functions may change, that's all, but you need not worry. You learn with one tool, you learn with one technology with one tool, you go and write it in any tool, you will be able to experiment that. Okay, so with all that, we have chosen MySQL for our project, for that, our course. You may be asking, why are we learning MySQL? Why not Oracle? Why not IBM? Because Dolphin is good. Because Dolphin is good. Well, more than that, I need to justify that why we are going to learn this. For that, I would say that your MySQL is a open source. When I say open source, anyone can install in your laptops, machines, free software, and we can start using it. Most of the databases will be paid version because maintaining a database is not easy. You have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. It's not easy to maintain your database. You have to pay for it. You have to acquire the subscription, you have to go and take the enterprise edition. Lot of things are there, but MySQL provides you open source. You can install it in any machine, and you can see right side of your screen, all these companies are still using MySQL. So who knows, if you get into any of these companies, you will still be using MySQL, right? And as I said, you'll also be working with, it has a high volume capabilities, like it can store a lot of data. And apart from that, it is like easy to use, a bit of security is there, and it is a cross platform. When I say cross platform, you can install it in any OS, Windows OS, I mean Mac OS. Also we can install in Ubuntu machine, Linux machine, wherever you want, you can install it. Okay, so with all this, in the last day of this course, that is 100th day, you will understand that we are not going to use this anymore. You will get that to know. But since you're all learning for the first time, it's like the first time you're riding a bicycle, right? Your first time you're riding a bicycle, you have to buy a new bicycle, because you cannot go and practice with your friend's bicycle. What if you break it, right? For the first time you buy it, first time you have to practice it, you have to buy your own bicycle. That's what we are going to do now. Now we are in the learning stage. So we will install this software in our machine only. We will practice it. But in the last day, you will get to know whether we are really going to use this or we are going back to the cloud. Okay, so at this point of time, since everyone is a beginning, and in our course we are promised that everything will be teach from scratch, so let's start installing this, and then we will focus on the practicals. Okay, so that's why we will be learning MySQL. Now, how to download, I'll tell you. So you're just seeing the link here. Okay, just please click the link here. And if you click here, you will be able to get this for the Windows machine, and you will have two installers. One is a web-based installer, and one is a software-based installer. I would strongly recommend you to go with a software-based. For example, this one. I would recommend to go for this. The reason is it is actually installed in your machine, and it will work without internet also. Once you install, it becomes like a software, and that software we can use any time, any number of time, without even using internet. But you have a restriction, your laptop is not highly configured. My laptop is just i3, my RAM is just 2 GB, 4 GB. In that case, you can go with the first one. Okay, you can go with the first one. But the most recommended one is this is just 400 MB. This complete software will be installed in your machine. Okay, now you don't know how to use. So what I've done, I have created one document. I created one document. This document, right from what you have to search in Google, everything I have snapshotted. Okay, what you need to search in Google, from there until the installation, I have actually installed, and I've taken a snapshots for you. You just need to follow this document, and you will be able to install this. Go to Google, search MySQL download for Windows. You'll get this first link. Click this download MySQL installer. You'll be taken here. Choose the latest version. And as I told you, you go and please install the second one, which is like 330 MB, because this is a software. This is a software. Once you click this, you can either sign in. If you sign in, you'll get some updates. If not, you can simply go and say, no thanks. Just start my download. And the download gets started. It's actually a 300 MB file. So the installer gets started. And you create one small folder. I usually have a practice of doing it. Whatever I install, I will put it into one folder, and then I'll save it there. So I've created one software folder. In the software folder, I've created one MySQL folder. I pasted that MySQL installer, which could be in the download folder. From the download folder, I have copy pasted into MySQL folder. Now double click it. So if I double click it, the installation will start. The installation has started. Double click. Every single step I have taken a snapshot. Now it will ask you this. Now in this, we are going to choose what type of installer we need. I would say don't go for full. You are not going to build any company here. Full is for if you want to build some company like big database, big tables. I want to use it for my business perspective. You can have it. Client only means you can use it with a limited options. Server only means the main server itself will be located in your machine. All this you can ignore because you are going to install this MySQL only for practice purpose. In the future, we will see where we will implement it, which are the tools we will be using, what we will be doing in the real time, everything we will see. But at this point of time, you are installing this for practice and learning purpose only. So I would ask you to go with custom because I don't want you to have a heavy code in your laptop and say that my laptop is getting hang, right? So don't, no more confusions. You simply go with a custom. Within the custom, you should be able to get whatever you need. Once you get custom, you will get the three products here. You'll get the three products here. Just press plus 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 here and you will be able to see here. If you press it, I have a SQL server. Just press this arrow mark, it will come here. Similarly, you open this application and in the last one there will be a workbench. Just again click here. Like this, you'll see all the components and you will see that 4 components has been added here. 1, 2, 3, and one other one is 4. So available products, as I've choose the custom, I'm looking for only the custom components. So one I need server, one I need workbench. Workbench is a place where you write the code. Router is like it's a library which you can connect to any of the servers. And shell is basically like you can run your command line prompt. This 4 products has to be selected from the left side to the right side with this arrow mark and finally go to the next and then start clicking this next. Automatically, this softwares will get installed. That is, this products will get installed. These are all the products within your MySQL. It will get installed. But you know what happens whenever you're running this, you should have some requirements for it. That means your system should have something called Visual Studio, Visual C++. Some softwares has to be there. Well, you need not worry. It will only tell you what is present and what is not present. In my system, Microsoft Visual C++ 2015 to 2019 software is not there. So before installing the MySQL, this software has to be installed. So I'll just agree it and I'll give the install. Automatically it is installing. So it will only tell you what is available in your system, what is not available in system. If it is not available, it will ask you to install by itself. Then and there, first install this. This is not MySQL installation. For MySQL, we need this Visual Studio. For that, it is asking you just go and give install. Once you install this is successfully installed. So all of these 4 components has got installed. Now go to next. Now these are the 4 products that will be installed again. Go and click execute. And once you execute, each one will get installed one by one. And first one is complete, second one is complete, third one is installing, and fourth one is pending. And now 3 is completed. Let's see on the 4th one. And finally, we will be going with all 4. After all 4, just click the execute and you'll be taken to this product configuration. This is a 5th step in the installation. Again, go to next and again go to next. Don't do anything, just click next. Don't do anything, just click next. And in order to log into your database anywhere in the future, keep some passwords. Keep as simple as possible. January, February, welcome, hello world. Because if you forget the password, again, it's a big process and you have to go and uninstall it. Again, you have to install it. You have to delete all the existing files. Oh my God, it's big headache. So please don't forget the password. While creating itself, you create a simple password like welcome underscore 123. It's your system. No one is going to even look at it. It's your database. It's not like a WhatsApp or a Facebook where you have to put a strong password. No, it's just like your database. As if you're going to build any project. No, you're learning this. You're use this for practice purpose. Let's keep it simple. The reason why I'm telling you again and again and again and again is in case if you forget the password, it's a big process. You have to go, you have to look at the command prompt, change the password. If it's not working, you have to uninstall it. All the circus and all not required. Keep it very simple. Then come down. Then once you enter the password, next go and click next. Don't do change any changes. Let it be however it is. Go and click next. And once you click next, finally, this is the last step I will do. Go and click next. Go and click execute. And all the steps will be like checked in one by one, one by one, one by one, and then once it is completed, the execute button will be enabled, and you go here, and this is a final step that will be applying finish. So after applying the finish, the products has been configured. Let's go for next, and don't do anything. Just click the finish, next, finish. A small command prompt just opens like this, and it will close it. Okay, and you will be able to see this software. Now this is a software where we will be writing the code. Welcome to MySQL Workbench. Workbench is where you write the code. The installation is complete. The installation is complete. Okay, I'll be sharing this document after this class. So request you to install this before coming to the next class. Before coming to the next class, you have to install this. If you open here, you search MySQL Workbench. This is the software. If you open the software, you will be able to see the welcome to MySQL Workbench. As I've told you, at day one, you have to install it. Future days, like coming down the line of the course, we'll stop using this, and we will use this everything in the cloud. We'll use everything in the cloud. At this point of time, we have just installed on premises for practice purpose. Okay, so this is MySQL Workbench. Now let's see in the presentation, we have this installed. We went here. After clicking this, I've shown you the clear steps in the documentation. We'll be sharing this documentation after this class. So please install it before coming to next class. Now we have something called MySQL Workbench. MySQL Workbench. This is what we have installed. Inside that we have the server. Now what is this Workbench is known for? Workbench is actually known for working with the tool. You can start writing the code, you can start managing the system, and the complete features like data modeling, like writing the SQL code, configurations, managing your projects, taking a backups, everything you can have it. Okay, you can do it with the help of Workbench. And the good thing is you can have your Workbench installed in your any of the machine. You can install in your Windows machine, you can install in your Linux machine, and you can install in your Mac machine. So once you open this, you have to enter this. It will ask you the password. That's what I was telling, right? Keep as simple as password. I have kept a simple password, 5-digit password. So if I keep it and if I click it, it will go and enter into your system. Now this is what will happen even if you are also going into the system. And what will happen? This is how it looks like. This is how the software looks like. Okay, so inside the Workbench, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Now, what each component is, we will discuss in detail. Okay, now here, this is what is the software. When I open it, this is what it looks like. Now, this is a place where it is like a SQL visual editor. This is where you will be writing your SQL code. This is where you will be writing your SQL code. Okay, so you have some space to write the SQL code. So I'll be writing that in the editor, which is called SQL code. Now, the moment you ask some question, hey, what happened in 2011? What happened in 2013? What happened in 2014? You ask the question here, automatically it will go and give you the results, and the results will be given in the query result tab. On the top, you write the SQL code, and in the down, you will be getting the results. And below that, you will be also getting some history commands, like from morning to night, how many commands I've run. Unless and until I close the session, whatever the queries, whatever the questions which I'm asking, it will get recorded in the history tab. And by chance, as I've told you, it's a programming language. You need to understand a bit of syntax. In case if you don't know the syntax, there is something called help command. Okay, help panel. In the help panel, you can go and select the syntax what you want, and it will give you a clear-cut documentation where you can read it and you can implement it. For you people, you don't need this. You don't need this. The reason is I am your help command. If anything you want, you ask me. So this help panel is not required for you. You can close it. You can close it. The reason why I'm asking you to close it, because not required. Even if you need any syntax, don't go and ask from this tool. You have Google, you have ChatGPT, you have Gemini, you have a lot of AI tools, you have Stack Overflow. There you go and ask. Not this one. This is only for your basic level. In case if you are using your database for the first time, they are giving a high level syntax based. So you can ignore this. And here you have a object like how many tables are there, how many systems are there, how many projects I'm working, how many rows are there. All of this I can get this from the object browser. Okay, so this is all about the tool. Now we have completed all the theory part. Finally, we are into the practicals. Finally, we are into the practicals. From today, every single day, it's going to be practicals. No more PPT. Okay, no more PPT. We are not a PPT people here. We have just given you a introduction. That's why we have used PPT. But going forward, daily you will see this editor open. Every single day from today, you will see this editor is open in my system because we are going to do practicals. We are going to do practicals. Okay. Now, what I'll do, this I told you, right? If you want, you can get any syntax and all, but for you, it's not required. So this you see here, this is a window based. You just click that, that will disappear. So that you will have more space to write the code. So you will have more space to write the code. So here is where you will be writing the code. Here is where you will be writing the code and you will be able to analyze this in the result tab. The results will come in the result tab. Okay. So from today, all is going to be done is just by practicals. We'll be learning all of the SQL topics. Okay. Now, in the class, I've told you that the data is going to be stored in the form of a table. Okay. The data is going to be stored in the form of a table. That means the data is going to be stored here. So the first thing I need is I need a table. So what I will do, let me create one table first and we'll try to replicate this. We have an Excel and imagine we are working for Amazon project. What is the first thing that we need is we need one table. That table is customer table. We'll have all the customer information. Okay. So we have a business table. We have a business table. Let's see what and all is there. First one, customer ID. Next one, customer name. Next one, customer location. Next one, customer phone number. Product. Which product he has purchased. Quantity. Sales. Sales date. And how much of sales he has made. Now this is a table. This is a table. Let's go and save the one by one customer. Customer ID is 1. Customer name is Santosh. Customer location is Bangalore. Let's take a phone number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The product which I'm purchasing is Samsung phone. Quantity 1. The order which the when did I purchase is 2017 05 25. The amount of sales which I've made is it was 11,500 when I purchased. Okay. Now, I actually purchased one more product, Santosh. Now this time I purchased smartwatch. And I purchased 2 quantities. I purchased on 12th. and I purchased for 8,500. Now I have another, I am going to purchase another product. Okay. Now this time I am going to buy laptop. People who are using laptop, this is a question for you. Which is the most dangerous place where you can keep your laptop? Which is the most dangerous place where you can keep your laptop? No one knows?
On the lap.
Ourselves.
Yeah. So the most dangerous place where you can keep your laptop is on your lap. Okay. So please don't do that. So try to have some any table or maybe any of the setup, but please don't keep you on a laptop. It's very dangerous. Okay. Now let's go for the customer two. Last customer two is Kiran. And we have Kiran. Kiran is from Chennai. And his phone number is 123 123 123 1. And now he has purchased one book. And the quantity purchased is this one. And I can see that he has purchased on 9, 7, 2, and the book charges only 499. Okay. So another product also is buying. Same person, another product also is buying. This time he is also buying watch. One, and he has purchased for 3,500. Okay. There is actually one more product called iPhone. No one purchased that. Okay, the price was 85,000. No one purchased it. Okay, there is another phone or there is another product called Vivo phone. No one purchased it. So all this, no one has purchased it. So I'll put it as null, 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 null. No one purchased this. Okay, let's take a third customer. So third customer, let's say Rahul, Mumbai. He has purchased again a keyboard. And he has purchased one quantity and he has purchased on 14th and he has purchased for 999. Okay, now this is one table with this with a small knowledge you have. Okay, you don't know anything about data, you don't know anything about table, you don't know about anything. Very simple question I'm asking you. Is this design good or what could have been improved?
No,
Why?
the design is bad because of redundancy data, null values, and everything is there in the table. There is a redundancy in the customer ID, the
So what?
repetition of the ID.
He is buying three products,
Uh,
I'm having three entries. What is there? He has money, he is buying.
Suppose think of like if I want to update the third column, sorry, third row. If I give where the customer ID is one, it gonna change for all the about two rows.
No, correct, no. If I'm changing the phone
Then
number, it should change the phone number for all three. Correct, no?
suppose if I want to delete the only third row, if I give customer ID one, it gonna delete all the three rows where the customer ID is one.
If I want to delete the product purchased by Santosh, I will delete it. I'll delete all the records. That's fine.
If you delete the chat record, the product gonna, the information related to product gonna
Sorry, what? Can you
delete
come
and
again?
you don't have it. If you delete the third record, you don't have a laptop as product anymore.
Okay. Okay. What else?
Actually, the table has to be decomposed into two to three tables. Then only the data will be efficient for update or deletion. And there can't be null values if we assume customer ID as a primary key.
Okay, this one I will call it as a bad design. The reason why I'm calling it as bad design, why the name of the customer is repeated multiple times. I know that he has purchased multiple products. That doesn't mean that I will go and insert like this. Imagine in this business, we do have only 3 customers, Santosh, Kiran, Rahul. For the 3 people itself, I almost have 10 records. Imagine the total number of records what your Amazon has. Correct? Now, um, I'll give you one open challenge. Let's see who can read this number. Okay. Okay. Can anyone read this number? When I say read this, the way you should read is 83,767. 43 lakhs, 83,767. 65 crores, 43 lakhs, 83,767. Like this, who can read this? Who can read this?
4,765 crores, 43 lakhs, 83,767.
Anyone else?
It's actually 4 billion. It's 4,765,483,367.
Yeah, but we are not talking in millions and billions, right? I'm just asking like thousands, lakhs, crores, right? Can anyone read this? You people are struggling to read this, right? You people are struggling to read this. And you know what? You know what is this number? It's not a phone number. Okay. 4,765 crores, 43 lakhs, 83,767 is the total customers present in Amazon as of today. This is the total number of customers. The total number of accounts. What you will do? All dummy accounts, extra accounts. One person has created 3 accounts, 4 accounts, 5 accounts. Even I have 10 accounts. 4,765,000 crores, 43 lakhs, 83,767 customer accounts is present here. Now each one is buying 1 product, 10 products, 15 products, 20 products, 45 products, 100 products. Are you going to store in the same table? Here it's fine, only 3 customers. But if I take a real Amazon table, can this happen?
No.
Now this is called a bad design. This is called a bad design. So I don't want to use this design anymore. Well, this is what I told you one thing. This is what I told you one thing, right? In our classes, in a data engineering class, see here, this is what it look like. Everything you're dumping into same table. Everything, customer details, product details, transaction details, everything you're dumping into the same cupboard. So what I am going to do now, I am going to come up with a good design. I'm going to come up with a good design. So the way I would write the good design is, I will store only the details which is going to be needed. So this is a customer record. Okay, so this is customer record, and let's have only the 3 customers. Only 3 customers in this table. This I'll call it as a customer table. This I'll call it as a customer table. So this I called a business table because it has all the information. It has all the information. So it's bad design. Okay, so let's put it somewhere. Red color. Okay, so this is a bad design. Now in this, what I'm doing, I'm going with a good design where I'm storing only the customer details. Now I have the product. Okay, so let's assume that there is another column here which tells you the price of the product. So it's actually the phone charges. Phone is 999, keyboard is 799. So this is the actual price of the product, and this is a sales made by that particular customer. Now what I will do, I will take another table. I'll call it as a product table. In the product table, I will have only two things. Okay, and instead of this, I'll also give a product ID, because just to have a identification, I'll give a product ID. So I'll say that B8. So this is one information which I'm storing the product data. Now I'll take another data, which I'll call it as a transaction data. In the transaction data, who has purchased how much I need to know, right? So for that, what I will do, I will go again here. Again, I'll take customer ID. What product he has purchased, I'll take a product ID. When he has purchased, I'll take a sales date and I'll take a sales made. So the first row, who is the customer? Santosh. So 1, what product he has purchased? He has purchased Samsung. So the ID for Samsung is P1. And when did he has purchased? He has purchased for 25th, and this is a date. So I'll again mark here. So the second product, the same customer, Santosh, has purchased smartwatch. So I'll say he has purchased smartwatch. So the smartwatch is P2. And he has purchased on this particular day, and this is a sales. Right? So the same customer, now he has purchased product 3. And this time he has purchased on this particular day. Now the next customer, if you go here, Kiran. So Kiran is customer number 2. Customer number 2, what product he has purchased? He has purchased book and watch. So book means P4. The same customer has also purchased book 4, and the products which he has purchased is on this particular day. And the last customer, that is the Kiran, Rahul. Rahul is from Mumbai, and he has purchased product number keyboard. So keyboard is product 8. Tell me how this is looking, how this is looking. Can I say that this table is storing only customer data? Can I say that this table is storing only product data? Can I say that this is storing only transaction data? Can I say that I've arranged it properly, where this is like only my maybe formal wear? This is table, this rack is only for my daily wear. Maybe this is only my casuals wear. Can I say that I've segregated the data into 3 different tables, which is making my tables clean, neat, and readable, rather than dumping everything into the same table. If you dump like this, it's like a balloon. It's like a balloon. You keep on blowing, 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 blowing. At one point of time, the balloon will explode. The table will explode. So you need to have a proper organized. Why you need to have one table? Why all these repetitions? Why all this repetition? See how many times it is repeated. See again how many times it is repeated here. And see this. All this unnecessary for us. Unnecessary information. I know his phone number. Why have you given his phone number 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 8 times? He has purchased 100 times. Why have given his phone number 100 times? I know he has purchased, but his phone number you give it only once. No. Just because your number is fancy doesn't mean that wherever you go, you will give your phone numbers. Not required. You mention in your main table, I know his number is available. With that ID, I can figure out who has purchased what. I can remove the unwanted information. I'll remove the unwanted information. That's the best design for you. Now, the same design, what we have done here with the 3 tables, what we are going to do next, we are going to create it in SQL. Today, we have done it in Excel. Tomorrow, we are going to do it in database. The same structure, we are going to have it. We are going to avoid this bad design, but we are going to have a good design. What is this good design? Storing certain information in certain tables, specific tables, we call it as a good design, where one table is only for customers, one table is only for products, one table is only for transactions. We are storing certain information in certain tables. Now, this is a good design for us. Looks neat, clean, effective, and it is good for processing also. This is also a design that we are going to follow. As I said, what we have done today in Excel, we are going to do it in database tomorrow. Is that clear? Any questions? Are we good?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
All good? Okay. Now, this is one table, okay? So this is 3 tables. This is 3 tables. These are 3 tables, okay? Okay. So this is 3 tables. One table is storing customer, one table is storing transaction, one table is also storing product. Now, even in KSR, once you join the course, we are going to take a customer ID, customer name, customer location, customer phone number. But maybe we will call it as a student ID, student name, student location, student phone number. Depending on the business, we will choose the what type of columns I need to be there. Now this customer table, can I say that the same customer table can also be maintained by Flipkart? Can the same similar table can be maintained by Walmart? Can I say that? Because everywhere they are dealing with online shopping. So they may also store customer ID, customer name, customer location and customer phone number. They can also store. Even in KSR, I may call you students, but from the business perspective, they'll also call you as a customers, right? Customer is a customer. Wherever you go, customer is a customer. Do you agree? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In order to differentiate what customer is this, does he belong to Amazon? Does he belongs to Flipkart? Does he belongs to KSR? This products, Samsung and smartwatch, you will get it in Flipkart also, you will get it in Amazon also. In order to classify which table it belongs to, I will go and have one container. I'll go and put it into one container. And that container, I will call it as database. Within the database, I have a collection of tables belongs to one business. Now I want one more project. That project will be Flipkart. I'll create another database. So database is a collection of tables as of now. It can have n number of tables, but I will segregate as a database by database because I don't want to mix up everything. See, I am working in 80 projects. All 80 projects I don't want to mess up here. Because I'm working for Flipkart also, I'm working for competitor Amazon also. So both will maintain customer only. But I don't want to get confused. So what I will do, the name of the database which I will give you is Amazon database. Now the same thing, if I want to do it again, this time I will call it as Flipkart database. They will also maintain customers. You will also maintain customers. Here, maybe the ID will be Amazon 1, Amazon 2, Amazon 3. They are maintaining like this. Maybe there they will maintain F1, F2, Flipkart ID 1, Flipkart ID 3. It's up to them how they maintain. So I've created two databases. One is specifically for storing Amazon details. One is specifically for storing our Flipkart. So this is what is all about database. A database is a high level. Inside that you have collection of tables. Okay. And now we are going to create one database. Okay. Where we are going to create? We are going to create in our SQL database. Okay. Let's see how to create it. This is a editor. This is a editor. Now I want to create a database first. See what I've done it in Excel. The same thing I want to replicate that into my SQL now. That's our main goal. And first I need to create a database, followed by I need to create a 3 tables. Then I need to start entering the user's ID. Then I have to enter the product information. Then I have to enter the transaction information. So much of task it needs to be done. And you know what? Today we are going to write our first line of code in SQL. And you know what? Creating a database, it's very, very, very difficult. To create a database, it's very difficult. What you need to do? You have to write the syntax. I'm writing the syntax. Since it's a programming related to programming language, you need to make the system understand. So you need to talk to database in the language which it knows. It knows a language called SQL. You cannot speak in English. You cannot speak in English. You have to talk to the database with its own language. And to create a database, it's very difficult because you have to write one line command, and that one line command is going to be DB. I'm giving one name. Now this is what is a syntax for creating a database. Very difficult line to write. Very difficult to write this. Yes or no?
No.
Very difficult to write and create database in SQL. Yes or no?
No.
Come on. Is it difficult?
No.
Yes.
It's very difficult to write because I have to type it. Right? Now this is a command to create database. There's a command to create database. Okay, so let me go and create it. So the database is created. After you write every line of code, you'll be given a right tick mark with a green signal. That means you're writing it correct. You're writing it correct. Now I'll tell you why it is difficult. You cannot go and say English. You cannot write it in English. Hey, create a database for me. If you do this, it will not work because you're speaking in English. It knows only SQL. Okay, so let's look at synonyms for create. Okay, so let's look at synonyms for create. Synonyms means it's a similar meaning. It says generate. Okay, it says generate or it says make. You go and say that make database and Amazon DB. It will not work. You say generate database Amazon DB. It will not work. That is why I'm saying line number 1 is very difficult. You know why? It is syntax based. You have to write the proper syntax. In every language, you have a specific words that you need to use, right? If I'm talking, let's say my mother tongue is Kannada. So in Kannada, I will speak for food, there will be certain words. For water, there will be certain words. For certain things, I have to use certain words only. They've already predefined these words. I'm not here to again start a new language here. Already they've defined the language and we are adjusting to that. Similarly, if you want to create a database, you can only write it line number 1. That is the actual syntax. Don't ask me why it's create because I have not defined this. Someone who have created this 50 years back, they have told you that for creating a database, you have to write it like this. Okay. If you want to ask this question to me, why it is create and why it is not make or why it is not generate. Okay. I'll give a scenario. If you do this, I will answer this question. Okay. You're going in a traffic signal, like you're going in a road. There is a traffic signal. There is a traffic police who's standing near the zebra crossing. Okay. When there is a red signal, you stop your vehicle and you've stopped. Now what you need to do? You need to go to the traffic police and ask him why it is only red color. Why we have to stop only in the red color? Why can't it be orange? Why can't it be yellow? Why can't it be black? Why can't it be white? Why should be only red? Can you go and ask this question to a traffic police? Can you ask this question to a traffic police? Will you ask?
No.
Why you will not ask? Have you ever researched why it is only red? Why not other colors?
It's designed like that.
It is called rules and regulation. It is called protocol. Right? It is called rules and regulation. And I would say it is like a protocol. You need to follow this. You can never go and ask why. So please don't come and ask me why it is create. It is create from 50 years. What I can do? They have told to create a database, you have to use the word create database. We are using it. It's a language. We have to adhere to the rules and regulation. So this is the first line of our code that we have created the database. Tomorrow, we will see how to create table. After that, we'll see how to insert the records. All this will follow in subsequent classes. One by one, we'll be learning. Today, we have just created a database. Tomorrow, we'll be creating the table. Okay. Any questions what we have discussed so far?
Yeah, I have a doubt, Santosh. So we created one database, right? Amazon DB, but that is not listed in the objects. Do we need to enter any command?
You just need to refresh it. You will see here. This is the one which I created now. Any questions?
Is this workbench is going to be same installation in Mac also?
Sorry, in Mac?
Mac also. I think it's showing in Windows.
You're asking about syntax or you're asking about installation?
Installation same in Mac.
No, installation, it's a bit different in OS. You will be able to get that document in online itself. Just get it MySQL installation on Mac machine. You'll get all the steps. It's easy to do. Since most of the people are Windows users, I've prepared a documentation on Windows, and even my system is a Windows machine, and that's why I have this document prepared. But for Mac, you can install it directly taking from the document from the portal itself. They will show you the steps. It's very easy.
Is it going to show like same workbench like there?
Same. Everything will be same. Only thing is the backend is a Windows, backend is a OS. The software, commands, everything is going to be same.
And this workbench is required, or we can do it in the command prompt also, like Linux?
You can do it in command prompt, but in the class we wanted to explore, so we are doing in workbench. If you do in workbench, you'll get that clarity and you will be able to see the records. For example, I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you. This is one existing table. See how it looks like. This is a data.
Yeah.
This doesn't, this view will not get it in command prompt. This is a table data.
Yeah, got it. For explanation, it's required. Yeah. For understanding, analyzing, it's required. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other question? Are we good?
What are the topics we are going to cover in SQL class?
You will be able to get that in the syllabus. Please go through the syllabus. We'll be covering DDL, DML, DCL, constraints, joins, subqueries, common table expressions, procedures, functions.
Okay, so first course gonna be data warehouse.
What?
The first course.
Fees course. Okay. So this completes our first 5 days. Okay. So from tomorrow, it's going to be a paid session. And as I've told you in the beginning as well, the classes will be from Monday to Friday. Okay. It's going to be like 8 a.m. IST to 9:15 or 9:30 a.m. IST. Worst case, we will have the classes on Saturdays and Sundays in case Saturdays. For now, it's Saturdays. So this is like in case if any of the class gets cancelled, right? Like you have a buffer. Any day if you get cancelled, imagine let's say I'm not there, I have an office, or if I'm a bit occupied, or if there is any technical issues, that class will push it on Saturday. The fees is going to be 27,000 INR. Okay. So if you are paying for one installment, and if you are going to pay for 3 installments, you have to pay 30K. Okay, you have to pay 30K. You can convert into dollars wherever you are. And this is like first installment 10K, second installment 10K, and third installment 10K. Or if you're opting for 2 installments, okay, then you can choose to pay 28. So 28. So in the sense 28 in the sense, first you will be paying 14K, second you will be paying 14K. So this will be the fee structure. I would prefer to go with this because you'll get some discount. 3,000 instant discount you'll get. If you pay installments, right, every month you have to pay 10, 10, 10, 10. You have to pay for 3 months for 30,000. Your loss of 3,000. So better you can opt for this. Okay. And people who want to buy directly from the portal, let me tell you how to buy. Go to your Data Vision portal. Sign up if you're logging for the first time. Okay. Or if you already have it, log in here. Okay. Log in here. Then choose a course for you, which is a course for you. Explore courses. And you can see that data engineering, June batch. Just open this. You have a lot of course, Power BI, generative AI, Power Platform, Snowflake we have, but this is your course, Azure Data Engineering. You can remember this girl. This is the poster, new poster, June 24 at 8 a.m. This is what it is. And you'll also see the trainer name here. Go here, buy now, and you should be able to take to your portal and you can choose the payer. That's what I said. If you pay the full fees, you'll get a discount 27,000. Just pay it here. You'll be taken to a gateway and automatically this course will be assigned. No, I want to talk to my team for the installments. You can go and talk to our team. Go to contact us. You'll be able to get the numbers here. Just reach out to us. You should be able to reach us. We work from Monday to Saturday, 8 to 8 p.m. So please reach out to our team. And from tomorrow, it's going to be its paid session. Till now, we had first 5 free sessions. The reason why we have always free sessions is you need to understand what this subject is all about. Okay, one request, please join only if you understand in the last 5 days. If not, please don't. Because this is a hard-earned money. Just think before making a decision. If you understand, join it. But the same way what we have done in the 5 days will continue for next 95 days. So 100 days course is what is data engineering. Okay. Any questions?
Is it
Question. Is the SQL course common for all other courses also?
Yeah, SQL will be common. You can join anywhere, any batch, any SQL course because SQL is must for every data-driven technology.
could we just start with data warehouse, not taking SQL and Python?
The topics which we'll be covering will be, first it will go to SQL, next it will go to Python, next we'll be covering data warehousing concepts, next we'll be going with big data, Spark, PySpark, then cloud, which is nothing but one cloud, that will be Azure. So that will be the course. Each one will have 20 hours, 20 hours. This too is 20 hours. This comes to the majority of the course. It goes up to 40 hours. So total, the entire course will be for 100 hours. We have completed 5 hours in that. 95 hours is pending.
Okay, so do you have any other courses? I don't want to take SQL and Python. Do you have any other courses started from data warehouse?
If you don't want to learn coding, you can go for Power BI, full stack Power BI. You can go with this.
I mean, I already know it, but I wanted to, I haven't experience in Azure, so that's the reason I want to take Azure. But I don't know. Yeah,
You want to go to directly Azure?
No, directly from data warehouse till the end.
You have to wait. You have to wait up to we come here, then you can join.
Okay, so
you can skip this. Yeah, you can skip this. If you already know SQL and Python, you can skip this. You can directly come for data warehousing, but you have to wait for another 2 months, because as a course itself is a 4.5 months. First 2 months will be covering SQL and Python. If you want only data warehousing, you can come. But I would say it is not budgetable for you, because for this itself you will be paying almost 20,000, which is a loss for you. Another 7,000 if you give, you will get complete package. No, even though you know it, you can still take it, because taking a complete package will benefit you rather than taking one component by component. And for that also, data warehousing, we will be starting after 2 months. So what I would suggest is you can go with the previous batch recording. Maybe another batch I would have taken, right? Their data warehousing is already completed. That if you can take the recordings and then you can go through it, you can, but you will not get that live experience. Like what I'm speaking now, you're asking question, right? This type of experience, you will not get it. But if you want to join in the same course, if you want to join for data warehousing, you have to wait for 2 months.
Okay, so do you have any other courses started earlier? I mean, you're gonna start data warehouse.
Yeah, please reach out to our team. Our team can guide you. Okay, our team can guide you. Please contact this number. It's an India number. You can WhatsApp it. So please go and contact here. They will help you. What is the right course for you? What access you need? Everything they'll help you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, can we going to cover here the indexes and triggers, everything?
Yes.
In SQL?
Yes. Okay. So with that, if you don't have any questions, we'll stop here. For more questions, you can reach out to our team. Okay. So if you have got registered, from tomorrow, it's going to be a paid session. Okay. So thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.